Hi traders, S&P 500 lost 1.2% last week. April is up by 0.3% and 2016 is still in positive territory of 1.2%. However, if we take a look at the NASDAQ shows us a different picture, down by more than 5% for the year. So who should we believe? The S&P 500 held mainly due to the pullback of oil and gold company, but this is not likely to continue. If we take a look at the NASDAQ is down mainly because of the technology sector, and this is likely to continue. We've seen the weakness of Apple and Google. So in my opinion, the S&P will probably follow the NASDAQ. So I think the NASDAQ will continue to decline, and we will soon see the S&P 500 in red territory. Let's take a look at the technical formation of the market. When we take a look at the S&P 500 daily, we can see the pullback last week, but we can't see the whole picture. Now we need to take a look at the weekly, and here's the weekly. As you can see from the S&P 500 weekly, we are bouncing at the highs. This is where the resistance is, and we are still downtrending. But again, the picture is not totally clear here, and we need to take a look at the weekly of the NASDAQ too. And when we take a look at the NASDAQ, we can see the downtrend is much more clear than in the S&P. So again, who's going to win? I believe the S&P is going to follow the NASDAQ, but we'll have to see that in the near future. Let's take a look at last time peaks. We were waiting for Yum to trigger for a long time, and it did trigger, and we expected a strong move up, and that did happen. It moved up more than 3%, enough for us to sell 3 quarters. However, the last quarter did not hold, so we are out of the game with Yum, but it did work out nicely. My second trigger was a short in DRI, and that did work, and we are again in a profit of more than 3%, sold, meaning covered 3 quarters of our short, and still following the last quarter as it moves slower. Our third trigger, EA, Electronic Arts, did not trigger, so we do not have a trade here. Let's take a look at this week picks. My first pick for the week is WTW short under 1260, Weight Watchers. It's the same company bought by Oprah a few months ago. You can take a look at the chart and understand what happened since. It looks great technically for a short. My second pick for the week is Costco, or cost under 147.10. That's a very, very nice breakdown formation, and I wish you a great week and see you next week.